What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be talking about Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, and it looks like Warner Bros. May never give us another Arkham game like the classics, but surprisingly Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight might be the closest thing we've gotten in years. And now obviously this is still a Lego game. You're breaking everything in sight, collecting studs, building random objects out of 3 pieces of plastic, and watching bad guys explode like little Lego bricks. But the more I play it, the more I started noticing something. It feels like a spiritual successor to the Arkham series, from the detective gameplay to the puzzles to the collectibles, and even the amount of fan service packed in every corner of Gotham. It feels like the developers sat down and asked, what if we made Arkham but for everyone? And honestly, it works. The gameplay honestly is probably the strongest aspect of Legacy of the Dark Knight, and if you played previous Lego Batman games, you'll immediately feel at home. You're exploring Gotham, beating up criminals, solving puzzles, collecting enough studs to bankrupt Bruce Wayne. But this also adds another layer with Batcave customization. As you complete challenges and continue collecting throughout the game, you'll be able to customize the Batcave and make it your own. And that's a small addition that gives you another reason to continue exploring. And immediately, instead of moving on, completionists are going to spend a lot of time here. The biggest compliment that I can give this game is it genuinely feels like Lego Batman Arkham. Throughout the game, there are multiple Clue Master puzzles that work almost exactly like the Riddler puzzles and Riddler trophies from the Arkham games. You're constantly looking around environments, finding hidden collectibles, and solving little environmental puzzles to unlock rewards. It's familiar in the best way possible. Now, because Lego Batman is a kid game as well as a Lego game, it does feature a much simpler approach to these puzzles and relies heavily on constant swapping between characters, between Batman and the other 6 playable characters. And this may be more of an annoyance to adults like me, who are used to just only playing as Batman, who has every gadget in the Arkham game. And my guess is Batman must have left his gadgets on the bus. That's a little inside joke that me and my brother make about Nightwing from Arkham Knight and Arkham City. Every few minutes you're switching characters because somebody else has to bring one ability Batman apparently forgot to bring with him, and it's not enough to ruin the experience, but after a while you definitely start noticing it. So the characterization, one thing I really appreciate is that every character seems to be based around certain iterations of Batman movie characters while mixing in their own unique takes, and it never feels like they're trying to copy one version exactly. Instead, where they're celebrating Batman's entire history. So Batman himself feels like a combination of Christian Bale's Batman and Robert Pattinson's Batman, and then of course they made Jim Gordon black like the Robert Pattinson movie Batman. Robin is still the same Lego Batman character he is in the previous games, where he's like a goofball and acts like a silly kid. Catwoman is based on Zoe Kravitz from the Robert Pattinson movie. And then they made Batgirl black because Jim Gordon is. Ra's al Ghul is straight up Liam Neeson from Batman Begins. Talia al Ghul feels closer to the comics because, you know, she doesn't exist in the Nolan movies or whatever. Bane is he's definitely 100%, 1000% based on the Tom Hardy Bane from Dark Knight Rises. The only difference is they make him big this time because he's small in the movie, smaller than Batman, so that's a nice change. Mr. Freeze is actually one of my favorites because instead of reinventing him, they leaned into the Arnold Schwarzenegger version from Batman and Robin. Kite Man is clearly inspired from the Harley Quinn animated series, and then Penguin starts feeling like the Batman Robert Pattinson movie, where he, in the first mission that you do as Batman, he's like, whoa, take it easy, sweetheart, and then you interrogate him just like Robert Pattinson's Batman does with Gordon. But then later when you take him out and he shows up later, he transforms into the Danny DeVito style Penguin, where he's real short, has the sharp teeth, and is eating fish and things like that. I think Joker is the most unique one because he starts the game feeling like the 1989 Batman Joker before, and then after falling to his death, he transitions into the Heath Ledger Joker. And as a Batman fan, seeing all these different interpretations blended together is just really cool. So this game definitely is a love letter to Batman fans, and a love letter to Lego and Batman fans alike. There are so many Easter eggs and references packed into this game, and this review would honestly double in length if I tried pointing out every single one. But a couple that immediately stood out to me were the Prince soundtrack during the 1989 stage, and if you're a long-time Batman fan, you'll recognize it instantly. The game also includes a really nice tribute to Kevin Conroy, and for Batman fans, he isn't just another voice actor, he is the GOAT, the OG Batman voice from the animated series and the Arkham games and a lot of the movies. And then seeing him acknowledged there was definitely a genuinely nice moment. And there's also things that made this game feel like it was made by people who actually love Batman, unlike Gotham Knights and Batwoman. So final thoughts, at the end of the day, I walked away really enjoying Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. I still have quite a few ways to go to unlock the rest of my collectibles, but the story is done. On my end, it feels like the developers took inspiration from decades of Batman comics, movies, television shows, and video games and somehow blended all of them together into one Lego adventure. The gameplay is strong, the Batcave customization gives completionists another reason to keep playing. The Clue Master puzzles immediately reminded me of the Riddler trophies from Arkham. The character interpretations are pulled from multiple Batman eras that somehow fit all together perfectly. And the amount of Easter eggs and references is totally insane. Adults and children can both appreciate this game and easily put a dozen hours into it. The only real disappointment to me was the final boss, which felt slightly lackluster compared to everything leading up to it. But outside of that, this really does feel like a Lego Batman Arkham game, and it's a celebration of Batman's legacy wrapped into a Lego game, and that's something I didn't expect to enjoy as much as I did. So I'm giving Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight a solid 8 out of 10. And if you're a Lego fan, you'll have a great time. And if you're a Batman fan, you'll spend the entire game catching references. And if you're an Arkham fan like me, this might be the closest thing we've gotten to Lego Batman Arkham.
She don't wanna be saved, don't save her. 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 She don't wanna be saved.